Hello, movie lovers, and today I am going to be reviewing the 2024 remake of Salem's Lot. This is the remake of Salem's Lot 1979. This is the of the mini series, and what I have to say about this is I was rooting for Salem's Lot. Not only am I a huge Stephen King fan, who considered the 1975 original among the Master of Horror's best work, but I recently seen how much Max and Warner Brothers keeps burying their projects like Batgirl and Coyote Acme. This one threatened to meet a similar fate once scheduled for theatrical release in fall of 2022 before being pulled from the slate of in another wave of COVID-related delays. However, it simply lingered in purgatory after that, with many worrying it could have another victim with the tax write-off. And here's the thing: as soon as I seen the fact that oh, you're gonna put this into a streaming movie now, I'm like, this is not a good sign because of the fact that the 1979 version or 75 version of Salem's Lot is so atmospheric and so big. The world and the character building is also big in its own self to the point where I feel like you need to have it to be a longer runtime, which is why the miniseries works and why you cannot put this into an hour and 42-minute movie. But yet here we are. They put it into an hour and 42-minute movie. They also said, oh, we have a 3 hour long cut. Now, why the hell did you not do that? Why did you put that in a on a Max service and only cut it down to an hour 42 minutes? And you need for a movie for this kind of stature, for this kind of love and atmospheric love for this movie, you need to have this for a 3 hour long movie because we need to have a reason why Barlow is after this town. We also need to know these characters. We also need to care about these characters. They don't need to be one layered or anything like that. And the only two characters that stands out to me whenever you look at this is Lewis Pullman's character of Ben Mears, who comes into the town to write a story about the town he grew up in, and he has a little bit of a writer's problem, which actually works in this remake. I really cared about him. Now, Mackenzie Leia, nope, do not care about her character. Let me just say this: she should have had better direction from her director because Susan Norton, she was overacted to the point where I felt like she was a lifetime actress who overacted her lines. It was cheesy, one noted dialogues. And not only that, but when you look at this movie, the way it opens up is copy and paste from the 1979 version. The same dialogue, same placement, same everything. Instead of it being its own original thing to be remade, they ended up just saying, okay, you know what? Let's copy your homework and see what we can do with it. And that's exactly what they did. They went on ahead, they copied the miniseries homework, and then guess what? They still winded up with an F for this because the other character I cared about too was Jordan Preston Carter, and he's playing the character of Mark, and I think Mark does a fantastic job of us who are horror fans and movie fans of horror, and he loves these horror comics, he loves Dracula, he loves all that stuff, and that's the only character that actually, to me, has some kind of layer to him. Everybody else is one noted, and when people start getting killed off, I'm like, okay, don't care about that character. Don't care about, I don't care about Matthew Brook. I don't care about Mike Grayson. I don't care about any of these other characters. I all I care about is Ben and Mark. That's all I care about. And even like whenever you see Barlow, yeah, there's some stuff with Barlow that actually does resonate with the fact of being atmospheric and being this kind of puppet master behind the scenes kind of thing, and also kind of horrifying. But at the same time, though, he doesn't really do much, and that worked in this 1979 film's lot. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted something more to him than just like, look, I'm Barlow. I'm gonna suck someone else's blood, and it's gonna be the same carbon copy of what we got from from the 1979 film. And then another thing that I don't like is I know I mentioned Susan, the character, how overacted she is, right? They do this off the wall kind of thing. All of a sudden, something happens to her character. I'm like, where was the lead up to that? Because there's no lead up to something that happens to Susan. And I'm like, I want to care about Susan, but you're giving me a reasons not to care about Susan because she's one layered, one noted, watered down. And and then also too, I love Alfre Woodward too as an actress. I think she does a fantastic job of playing different roles and stuff like that. But Dr. Cody, sorry, this the way they wrote her character, it doesn't feel I don't feel like any kind of way. I don't feel like that she's an doctor or anything. I wanted more reasons to care about Dr. Cody because I think she was interesting. And even Matthew Bork, who's another character in this movie as well. I really have to say I wanted more of Matthew because I think that they could have done more with him, and they did do a lot, some of the stuff with him. But I wanted more from that. But you cannot condense this movie into an hour and 42 minutes when you need a whole 3 hours of a movie, and it does not work. This does not work. And this is like going into a $5 bin at Walmart and hoping that you find a golden gem. Instead, you find shit. This is what it is. It's just pure shit. And the problem here is there's a reason this story, like I said, there is a reason why the story's been told twice in miniseries form. You can't do it in the feature. Even almost 2 hours, the 2024 Salem's Lot feels almost hysterically rushed with scenes picking up halfway through them and things like see sieges to mark the passage of time just missing entirety. It's no exaggeration to say there are scenes transition in Salem's Lot in which it honestly feels like maybe you accidentally fast forward a few minutes and miss the consecutive tissue. Nope, it's just one snipped from a film that was in the can so long that too many people played with the final product. You can almost see the scissor marks, or on some scenes that a producer decided could be tighter. This thing has been cut so many times that it bled to death. That's right, you don't need a wooden stake. They just went ahead and just snipped the damn thing and it bled. Funny thing is, Gary Durbin is keenly aware of how much Stephen King's material is suited to more than the length of a feature, having written the two parts of Andy Muschietti's It. He writes and directs this tale of a writer named Ben Mears who returns to his hometown of journalism law to dig around in his own trauma. King's book is great variation on the "you can't go home again" template of fiction. In this case, home is populated by vampires. And like I said, I wish that this movie worked. I wish that there was more to it. I think this should have been better than it was, especially when you're dealing with the same writers as Andy Muschietti, who you ended up writing the Stephen King It movie, which is a fantastic remake. I love the remake of it. I love it. But when you look at this movie, there's nothing there. And normally I don't give ratings to movies or anything like that when it comes down to newer films, but when it comes down to new movies, I do not let it get away from I do not let them get away with a lot of stuff than I do with older films. So that's why I'm going to give it a 2.3 out of 5 for me. So tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like the Salem's Lot 2024 remake, or do you not? Tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe button. Also, to comment and check out the rest of our stuff here at Movie Lovers Unite. I did a Fright Night video. I also did um a trailer reaction for the new ballerina movie for John Wick. Also, too, don't forget to visit our Unfiltered Studios friends over there as well for our podcast studio. The Sleepy G Show lives over there. You also have, of course, Kib, who does the Stupid History Minute over there. You also have the Beep, who is Finding His Way podcast. You also have that Florida Feeling podcast. If you love stuff in Florida, we have something for everybody to enjoy. So go ahead, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, go ahead and visit our Unfiltered Studios family. And always until next time, guys. Bye bye.